Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class, and today's class is for Standard 7 Science, and the topic for today is properties of natural resources. In the previous class, we have learned that on our planet Earth, you have various things which are naturally present like land, water, air, etc. Okay, so these are very useful to us in some or the other way to meet our daily basic needs. Okay, so air, water and land are the factors important for sustaining the living world on the earth and for fulfilling their basic needs. They are called as natural resources. So as I told you that air, water and land are the natural resources that are present on our earth. Okay, so air means the atmosphere, then you have water which is known as the hydrosphere, and you have land which is lithosphere. Okay, so these layers that are there on our planet are extremely important for the sustenance of life. So what are the 5 layers of the atmosphere that are known to you? Now, last year we have learned about atmosphere, and the layers over there are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Okay. Now, each and every layer is extremely important, and depending upon which layer, you have to understand what can be done in that particular layer. Now, in this picture, you can see that in troposphere, the airplanes can fly. Then above that, that is the stratosphere, we have the ozone layer. After that, mesosphere, you see meteors in that particular region. And after that, you have the thermosphere where you see spacecrafts. Okay, so this way atmosphere is divided into several layers. We're talking about the first layer of the atmosphere, that is air. Okay, here air in the atmosphere around the earth contains many gases. In the atmosphere you have air, and that air has many gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, inert gases, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water vapor and dust particles. So let us understand about the composition of the air. You have 78% of nitrogen gas present in the atmosphere. You have 21% of oxygen gas. You have nearly 1% of inert gases like argon, krypton, xenon, and 0.04% of carbon dioxide gas present. Let us understand a few uses of gases in the air. So we have learned a few gases and their uses. Just have a list of a few of them. That is nitrogen. It is used in building proteins in plants and animals. It is useful in production of ammonia, and it is used in airtight packaging of foodstuff. You have oxygen, a very important gas known to man. Okay, because we need it for respiration, and in all living thing it is required, whether plants or in animals or human beings, we need oxygen. Okay, for normal breathing you take in air, and from that air oxygen is it gets into your lungs. Same way these oxygen cylinders are used by uh, sea divers. Okay, because inside water you cannot absorb the oxygen which is present, and they need oxygen cylinders there. Apart from respiration, oxygen is also required for combustion, that is burning. Okay, in the absence of air, in the absence of oxygen gas, we cannot burn anything. Next, you have carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is required by plants for the preparation of food, that is by photosynthesis. It is also used as a fire extinguisher. Then you have helium, which is used for obtaining low temperature and for generating lift in airships. Argon is used in electric bulbs that we have in our houses. Then you have neon. It is used as a decorative light and for street lighting. You make use of these lights during festivals like Diwali, Christmas, Eid, etc. Krypton is used as a fluorescent in tubes. Earlier, these tube lights were used. Okay, nowadays we have LEDs used in our houses, but krypton tubes were also present earlier, and nowadays also they are present. We have already learned that air is odorless, it is tasteless, and you cannot see it, but you can feel it. Okay, so air is all around us. We cannot see it, yet we feel the presence of air. When you inhale, air is taken in through the nose, and when you exhale or when you blow over a object, like here this girl is blowing over a dandelion flower, and you can see how it flies. So it means that air is present, but you cannot see it, but you can feel it. Okay, so this brings us to the very important part of this chapter, that is properties of air. Earlier you have learned that air occupies space, it is tasteless, it is odorless. Okay, so these are basic properties that you have learned in your previous standards. But this year you have few more properties of air which are extremely interesting. Okay, so let's get started with a very simple experiment that you can do. You have to take a stick from a broom or a plastic straw you could take. You have to tie a thread at its center and hang it so that it remains horizontal. Okay? Tie two rubber balloons of the same size at the two ends of the stick. See to it that the stick remains horizontal. It should not move anywhere. Now remove the one of the balloon or inflate it, means burst one of the balloon or just remove one of the balloon and tie it again at its original place. You will notice that the stick does not remain horizontal, means उसका जो पहले का position था वो अब change हो गया है. The stick goes down on the side of the inflated balloon. Inflated मतलब जो balloon which has been blown, जो फुगा हुआ balloon है वो अभी उस side पे वो stick, it will go down on that side. This means that air has weight. मतलब air के अंदर weight है, तभी वो stick टेढ़ी होगी. Air is a mixture of gases. We have learned this, and therefore all other matter, it has mass and it has weight. So with this experiment, it is proved that air has mass and it has weight. Okay. So it is a very simple experiment. You can do it at your home also. Make a video of it and show this experiment and learn amongst your friends also. Now air has molecules in it. Okay. The molecules of the gases in the air are in constant motion. Means there are molecules which are there. We have learned that the states of matter, we have learned that air, water and solid, liquid and gas. So in solid, the molecules are tightly packed, they don't move. In liquid, they move slightly. But in gases, the molecules move very fast. Okay, because they are loosely held. So this concept of molecules is clear now. कि molecules क्या होते हैं? So the molecules of the gases in the air are in constant motion. ये constantly move हो रहे हैं. When these constant molecules they strike a body, they create a pressure. जब ये किसी को टच करते हैं तो ये क्या होता है, प्रेशर क्रिएट करते हैं on that body. This is the pressure of air that we call as atmospheric pressure. So here you can see the earth के ऊपर जो atmosphere है, it is creating a pressure. This pressure which is because of air is called as air pressure. Now in your body also you have pressure because of blood. So that is called as blood pressure. Okay. Here the air pressure is the weight of the air pushing down on you at any given time. This changes from day to day depending upon the wind and other conditions. See here. at if there's a man who's standing at the sea level, ठीक है, नीचे की जगह पर जहां पर पानी है वहां पर, you will see the molecules are much more in numbers, or I would say the density is much more on the lower side, okay, near the sea level. Whereas if you see on the higher altitude, the same man is standing on the mountain, the number of molecules has reduced. So at higher altitude, the density of air becomes low. The molecules of the gases in the air are in constant motion. When these molecules strike the body, they create pressure on that body, and that pressure is called as the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so I hope with this example atmospheric pressure is clear to all my students. Now another experiment you could do it. You have to take an injection syringe without the needle. Okay, you should not have a needle in it. You have to pull its piston and observe it as you do so. ठीक है, आप लोगों को जो पीछे का साइड है उसे पुल करना है और उसे ऑब्जर्व करना है. द पिस्टन कैन बी पुल्ड आउट इजीली. ये सुनो, आप लोग अगर ऐसे करोगे तो क्या होगा? इट कैन बी पुल्ड आउट इजीली. द पिस्टन that you see here in this injection, on pulling the piston with the inlet hole of the syringe closed, if you put your thumb over it, you will notice that more space becomes available to the air in the syringe and it becomes rarefied. As a result, the pressure of the air in the syringe becomes less. ठीक है, एयर का जो प्रेशर है वो कम हो जाएगा कंपैरेटिवली, देन द प्रेशर ऑफ द आउटसाइड एयर इज वेरी हाई. ठीक है, बाहर का जो एयर का प्रेशर है वो ज्यादा है. इसीलिए what will happen when the pulled out piston is released, it will immediately push in. Okay, अगर हम लोग इसे छोड़ देंगे तो वो immediately अंदर चला जाएगा पिस्टन उसका. If this experiment is repeated, holding the syringe in different positions like vertical, horizontal or inclined, the piston is found to go in to the same extent in all the cases. From this we can say that atmospheric pressure is same in all direction. Means atmosphere के अंदर pressure होता है. सबसे पहली बात, सबसे important thing is that air has pressure. So this atmospheric pressure is same in all direction. Okay. Now another experiment that we will do is you have to place a piece of cardboard on the mouth of a glass filled completely with water. Now you have to hold the cardboard firmly in a place with one hand and invert the glass immediately, quickly as possible. Now take out your hand away from the cardboard. You will notice that the force caused by the atmospheric pressure acts on the surface of the cardboard. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पर? जो कार्डबोर्ड है, कार्डबोर्ड को नीचे कुछ भी नहीं है, बट स्टिल द कार्डबोर्ड इज नॉट फॉलिंग and the water is not falling. Why? Because there is air pressure, atmospheric pressure. ठीक है, नीचे से atmospheric pressure ज्यादा है as compared to the pressure of the water. Okay, so the force caused by the atmospheric pressure acts on the surface of the cardboard is greater than the weight of the water in the glass. Okay, so this is a very fun activity. You all could do it at your home also to see how atmospheric pressure works. Now let us learn about a very interesting person. He is Daniel Bernoulli. Okay, in 1726, the Swedish scientist Daniel Bernoulli put forth the important principle that the pressure of air decreases when its velocity increases, while the pressure of air increases when its velocity decreases. मतलब ऐसे ये समझ में नहीं आएगा. We will do an experiment in order to understand this. Okay, so be patient. If a body is moving through air, the air pressure decreases perpendicularly. Now remember these words. Okay, we'll be using these words in understanding in the experiment that we'll be doing. To the direction of the motion, and then the air and its surrounding flows rapidly from higher pressure to the lower pressure. So let's see. Now here you see that You need a particular setup to understand this. You need a glass filled with water. You need two straws. Okay, one straw you have to insert it into the water vertically upward direction, and with the other straw you have to hold it perpendicular to the mouth of that first straw. Okay, so what will happen, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to blow air through the perpendicular straw over the straw which is inside the glass. ठीक है, इससे क्या होगा, जो पानी है ना नीचे ग्लास में, the water has pressure, but atmospheric pressure इतना है कि पानी बाहर नहीं आता. बट जब हम लोग इसे ऊपर ब्लो करने लगेंगे ना, जब हम लोग इसे हवा पास करने लगेंगे जोर से with high speed, you will notice that water comes out like a fountain. Okay, so why is this happening? Because of the pressure that you are creating. Now what are you doing is you are removing the atmospheric pressure from that part of the straw. जब वो पार्ट में से एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर निकल जाएगा तो जो पानी का जो प्रेशर है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा ऑटोमेटिकली एज कंपेयर टू द एयर प्रेशर. ओके, समझ में आ रहा है? सो the pressure of air near the upper end of the erect straw becomes less than the atmospheric pressure. The water in the cup is pushed from where the pressure is higher to where it is lower. ठीक है, पहले वो एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर की वजह से दबा हुआ था पानी, बट अब जब प्रेशर निकल गया है वहां से तो वो अब ऊपर आने लगेगा. ठीक है, that is in the upward direction and the water comes out in the form of a fountain, and this will continue till you blow air over that straw. Okay, the more forcefully you blow, the higher will be the mountain. This straw fountains works on Bernoulli's principle. ठीक है, I hope now things are getting clear to you all. Perpendicular, how the air pressure increases, decreases. These all words from Bernoulli's experiment, a principle. Now, if you perform this experiment, it becomes clear to you all. Now, as we learned that air has molecules and it flows, which creates wind. Now, wind you have learned in your geography chapter, but still I'll just quickly revise what is wind. Wind is simply air in motion. Okay, the molecules which are moving in air is nothing is nothing but the wind. Wind is caused by the way the sun warms the earth. Some part of the earth get direct sun rays and that makes them warmer. Now see, earth is made up of several layers, as I told you, lithosphere, hydrosphere is also there, and पानी का जो एरिया होता है, जो वहाँ पर लैंड है, depending upon the region which is there, वो sun उस हिसाब से हीट रेडिएशंस क्रिएट करता है. ठीक है, तो अगर वहां पर डायरेक्ट सन दिख रहा है तो इट विल द एयर ओवर देयर विल बी वार्मर. अदर पार्ट ऑफ द अर्थ गेट्स इनडायरेक्ट रेज एंड इट विल बी कूलर. जहां पर डायरेक्ट सन रेज नहीं मिलती है वो कूलर रहेंगे वो एरियाज. ओके, दैट विंड विल बी मच कूलर एज कंपेयर टू द winds which are having direct sun rays. Okay, they'll be warmer. So this brings us to understanding about breeze, sea breeze. We all know that water, as like we have learned about water cycle, you have air also moving from one side to the other. Okay, from the seas and ocean it moves towards the land, and from the land again it moves towards the sea. Okay, तो इसमें क्या होता है पता है, during the day the air becomes much warmer in the sea. Okay, now it takes time for the water to get heated during the day, and so the cool breeze it flows towards the land. Okay, and from the land, because of the direct sun, the air becomes hot and warmer. Okay, which again makes it to go up and move towards the cooler region. On the other hand, land breeze, that is during the night. Land breeze occurs when the land tends to cool down. Okay, because now the sun is not there, तो क्या होगा, जो land है वो cool down हो जाएगी, and the water which is there, it requires much more time to cool down. जैसे उसे पानी गर्म होने में भी ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है और पानी ठंडा होने में भी ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है, तो उसे ठंडा करने में ये लैंड ब्रीज हेल्प करती है. ठीक है. So cool land breeze, it flows from the land towards the sea, and the warm air from the sea, it rises up, and this cycle goes on. Now, this brings us to a very interesting thing. If you take a glass and if you add ice cubes to it and then you add water into it. Now, you will notice that after some time, the outer layer of the glass tends to have water droplets. These water droplets are because of the air which is surrounding the glass. What is happening is, due to the ice cube in the glass, the air surrounding the glass cools down. As the water vapor in this air cools down, it condenses. Condenses means it turns into water and gets transferred into water. ठंडे हो जाते हैं, condense होना means it cools down, and it starts to form water droplets. It is this water that collects on the outer surface of the glass. So we can say that air contains water vapor. Now, you must have seen early in the morning during winter season, not every time, during winter season, you must have noticed that it wouldn't have had rain, but still the grass has little tiny droplets of water. This happens early in the morning, okay, not during the day. Early morning, you must have seen that the grass has few water droplets. Now, that water droplets is not because of the rain. It is because of, again, I would say, when the sun gives out direct sunlight onto the surface of the ground, the water from the earth starts to evaporate. Okay, and it reaches to a point where this water vapors turns into water droplets. Okay, this happens during the daytime. So the level of humidity of the air is determined by its capacity to hold water vapor. Now everywhere this air that is present has the capacity to hold water vapor. As I told that air has water vapor from a previous example. So if during the night or at dawn, when the temperature of air is low, its capacity to hold vapor is less. ठीक है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? At that time, the excess water vapor gets transformed into water droplets. This water droplet is called as the dew. Okay, so the water droplets that you see is nothing but. Next property is very interesting and a very important one. Now we all have learned that from sun you get sunlight, which is very important. But apart from that, it is harmful also to a certain extent. Okay, so not all light that you get from sun is useful. But atmosphere is there on our earth, which helps to maintain the temperature. Okay, so how does this happen? Atmosphere, earth and sun, they help in this atmosphere layer which is there, it helps in temperature regulation. Means वो हमारा temperature को बढ़ने और कम होने नहीं देती drastically. Okay, I'm talking about drastic changes. ऐसे तो normally changes होते रहते, कभी ठंडी कभी गर्मी, but drastic change अगर atmosphere नहीं होता तो यहाँ का जो climate होता है वो बहुत ठंडा. Why do I say that? Because the sun's radiation travel to the earth. Some of the energy is reflected and the rest of it is absorbed by the earth's surface. The earth also emits heat back to the space. Some of this energy passes directly through the atmosphere, but greenhouse gases like the carbon dioxide gas, it gets trapped inside this atmosphere. Okay, this keeps the planet warm. सो दिस एटमॉस्फेयर के अंदर जब सन रेज आती है, ये रिफ्लेक्ट होती है, कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट होती है, कुछ ऑब्जॉर्ब हो जाती है. जो ऑब्जॉर्ब हो जाती है या फिर जो और गैसेस हमारे प्लैनेट पे क्रिएट होती है, लाइक द ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट, आई वुड से दिस मेक्स इट मच वार्मर. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये ट्रैप कर लेती है हीट को. ठीक है, एटमॉस्फेयर it traps the gases which is there in it, so that it makes the planet warmer. And if suppose if atmosphere नहीं होता तो हमारा planet बहुत ठंडा होता. Now, have you noticed during morning time, especially during early morning, you must have heard, even though your railway tracks are far away from your houses, we tend to hear कि कहीं से हम लोगों को ट्रेन की आवाज आ रही है, ट्रेन की हॉर्न की आवाज आ रही है. But that happens during early morning, not during the day. Okay. Now, why does this happen? The sound that we hear reaches us through the surrounding in air. Now remember, air is very important because air के through हम लोगों को आवाज भी सुनाई देती है. The density of air also changes because of the temperature. If there is change in the temperature, the density of air will also change. In winter season, the density of air increases. ठीक है, air के अंदर के जो molecules है ना वो बढ़ जाते हैं, increases, and we can hear the whistle or the distant train clearly in the morning in the winter season. So air is useful as a medium for transmission of sound, and hence we can say that the last property of air is transmission of sound. So air makes it easier for us to hear anything, because without air you cannot listen to anything. Okay, so air is a medium for transmission of sound into our ears. So with this, I hope things have become clear to you all, and in the next coming period we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.
If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and do not forget to hit the like button.
I hope this session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.